let's say you wanted a yummy dessert that actually resembled a human brain. And hey, who wouldn't? Well, you need something opaque. And that reminds me of a favorite dessert of mine, Panna Cotta. That's Italy speak for cooked cream, which may not sound very creepy to you, but remember, it's traditionally gelled with colla di pesce. That's gelatin extracted from the air bladders of sturgeon. First, we need to bloom, and that's going to require liquid. Now, since our recipe calls for evaporated milk, I don't see any reason not to bloom in it. So, a 12-ounce can. As for the amount of gelatin, our brain's got a volume of 6 cups. A little skimpy if I remember my medical school days. Anyway, we would normally use a packet per cup for a nice firm set. But Panna Cotta needs to be softer and creamier. So I'm going to go with just 4 packages. That's a total of 8 teaspoons. Just kind of jiggle that on and leave that to soak. In the meantime, combine 3/4 of a cup of sugar and half a vanilla bean, split. Now you could scrape this if you want, but I rarely bother. Another 2 12-ounce cans of evaporated milk, not condensed, that's another show, and a 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Blood pressure cuff. You know, it's not like you're going to be eating a Panna Cotta brain every day. And if you'd like, a jigger of bourbon, although you don't have to. Anyway, bring this to a bare simmer over medium heat, stirring to distribute the vanilla and melt the sugar. Oh, by the way, that's a really great carry of flavor, so you could add a crushed sprig of mint or basil or both, and it would be a very nice thing indeed. As soon as you see bubbles, time to evacuate the heat. Just take this straight over and strain it into the blooming gelatin mixture. Now, since we bloomed this, it is probably going to dissolve very, very quickly and easily. But just to be on the safe side, once we've got this in, I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir just to make sure that everything is taken care of. It's going to look a little lumpy, but don't worry, that's going to go away very, very quickly. I can't help but notice that this looks just a little bit white. Brains aren't. No problem, we've got science. We also have food coloring. I think I'm going to go with maybe 2 drops of red food coloring and, I don't know, what do you say, maybe 3 of green? 1, 2, 3. We'll see how that looks. 1 more of green, just to be safe. Now, if that's not delicious gray, I don't know what is. Let this sit for about an hour till it cools to room temperature and then straight into the refrigerator. In the mold, of course. Brainy, yes, but lacking an ick, wouldn't you say? No problem. Bloom 1 package of plain gelatin and half a cup of cranberry juice for 10 minutes, and then dissolve that with an extra cup of cranberry juice heated just off the boil. Darken with a little blue food coloring and cool to room temperature. Brains up!